After spending 2 rain-soaked days in North Dakota, I was so glad to head down into sunny South Dakota, where I would be exploring a relatively hidden gem of the Midwest. An area known not just for rather huge faces, but also the endless prairie, the badlands, and some pointy hills piercing the horizon. Welcome to the Black Hills. As I'm driving my way down south on US 85 towards South Dakota, I cannot stop to admire the greenery everywhere. As a city dweller, it just boggles my mind to see so much of open space. It's just unbelievable. So after driving for almost 4 hours through some never-ending grassland, I have finally made my way to the Black Hills in South Dakota. I'm currently in the Spearfish Canyon, and the change of scenery is so abrupt. From rolling prairie, I come to these hills called the Black Hills, which are rather jagged, pointy, and needle-like. But it's very beautiful out here. This is the Spearfish Canyon, which is surrounded by these Black Hills. And there's a beautiful river, another amazing waterfall called as the Bridal Veil Waterfall. It's really amazing how these pine trees are growing on the very edge of these hills. So after arriving in the town of Custer last night, today is the first proper day in the Black Hills region. And I'm going to explore the Wind Cave National Park today, which is famous for its complex and intricate system of caves. While the caves might be the most popular attraction over here, there is enough to see above ground as well. There are several hiking trails in the national park to suit everyone's ability, ranging from easy to moderate to challenging. And there are spectacular views of the rolling hills, the prairie grassland, the bison, as well as the prairie dogs. These are just some idyllic scenes over here. The green grass, the azure sky, the fluffy white clouds, the rolling hills, the ponderosa pines in the distance. This could easily inspire anyone to write a poem. I'm terrible at English language, let alone being a poet. So I will just leave it to you guys. If you guys watch this video and feel inspired to write a few words in the comments.
Right down here in the corner, that is the largest natural entrance to the cave. Two brothers, Tom and Jesse Bingham, were out here hunting deer. And they attracted deer into this valley. And they heard a whistling wind. And so they went to investigate. And as they approached the opening here, he leaned over to look where the source of that wind was, and it blew his hat off. A few weeks later, they came up with some buddies. And Tom, wanting to impress him, said, "Watch this." Took his hat off, threw it over the hole, and this time got sucked in. So Wind Cave is a barometric cave, which means that as air pressure changes outside, the pressure inside the cave has to equalize. So if we have a high pressure system come into the area, pressure is low inside the cave, air will rush into the cave to equalize the pressure. And then if a low air pressure system comes in, we have high air pressure inside the cave, the air rushes out to equalize.
That was quite an impressive tour indeed. It was just amazing to see all the box work, which is very unique to this cave system. In fact, this cave system has 95% of the box work found across all the caves in the entire world. I can hear this stupid drone whizzing by. It's kind of disturbing the sanctity of the space. These two dudes who are flying that drone aimlessly over here. I really hope that drone crashes into one of these needle spires. Covering an area of 71,000 acres, Custer State Park is easily one of the biggest state parks in the entire nation. One of the best ways to see this Custer State Park is to do the Needles Highway, also known as SD 87, and drive this beautiful twisting and turning highway. So after the exciting Needles Highway scenic drive yesterday, it's finally time to do the first proper hike. Today I'm hiking the Black Elk Peak, which is not only the highest point in all of South Dakota, but it's the highest point east of the Rockies. It's a moderately challenging hike, about 7.5 miles, so it shouldn't be too difficult. And I'm just excited to see the Needles up again close, this time via hiking almost through the maze and the labyrinth of these needles. 0.5 miles into the trail and the views are already starting to open up. The Black Hills were first discovered by the native Indians many thousands of years ago, and they're still considered to be a sacred site by a bunch of native Indian tribes. Hence the ceremonial flags that you find every now and then are different, tied to different trees. It is definitely getting now steeper and steeper as it is breaking out of this ponderosa spruce forest. The views are also beginning to open up even more now. Made it to the top, highest point in South Dakota, Black Elk Peak. Travel has a way of breaking down stereotypes, broadening our horizons, and pressing the reset button to help us understand what is important in life. And traveling solo fills you with an immense sense of confidence, making you an open-minded person ready to take on any obstacles in life head-on. It can be a life-changing experience. Try it once. Here are my favorite quotes on solo travel.